Was her name Schedule? I thought it was Tina, but that's just me. She's from England. Schedule. Oh, Schedule. Yeah, that's right. Schedule. Schedule Miller.
And my question was, in the commentary for the first movie, Troy Duffy pretty much confirms that Connor's the older brother. Did he tell you guys that while you were filming, or did you kind of have to figure that out on your own?
I looked at his penis. I'm dead serious. The first day we were to Europe, like this. And we're chatting. And you know, it's common dude code. You just look straight ahead, right? I look over and Regis is doing this. And he says this in all honesty. He goes, nice dick. Alright, I made that part. I can't move on.
Was filming Boondock Saints 2 with a bigger budget more fun experience than filming Boondock Saints 1?
It actually wasn't a bigger budget. It was actually, you know, with inflation and everything, it was about the same.
How was working with Ron Jeremy?
The requisite question for any dude, you know, you work with Ron Jeremy, you end up sitting in your chair on the set, and you end up having to talk to him and ask him the questions like, what the fuck is it like? What you do in high school? I mean, the chick must be petrified, right? You like right? And you know, so everybody asked, like, Ron, like, really, dude, how big is it? And Ron Jeremy's favorite thing, he goes, it's 2 inches. From the floor! And as a rap gift, this is what Ron Jeremy gave me. Did he give me one too? I don't know. Oh, it was the year that, like, I don't know, it was the year that they came out, like, foreign toy companies came out with a life-size mold of his Jimmy Johnson. And so he writes on it, it's in the plastic. Keep up the hard work. And he hands it to me, and he goes, and that's authentic. It's a molten, vascular, everything's detailed. Correct. I was like, it is. And I confirm, it's like, zip it up. What the fuck is that? He gave it to us, still have it, in the plastic.
He's a funny guy, though. He did Rules of Attraction with us. He did a little cameo way back, you know, I think probably around the same time.
Is Clifton in that?
No. But he's
a crazy, like, yeah.
Oh, maybe he is, yeah.
Actresses, they like clock in, clock out, they're like Clifty Who, whatever.
Back then he kept everything longhand, so I wonder if he's advanced in technology. A spiral notebook with everyone he'd ever met, his phone number, address, you know, he was a nice guy though.
He was a super, super nice guy.
Yeah, super nice guy. And Julie Benz in the second one. I was working with Julie.
I bet Ron loved you. Yeah. I bet
Not in that way though.
Yeah, but why don't you tell us a Ron story?
Well, I just did.
Yeah, we have a nine.
That's all I got.
We're like talking about chicks with you, he'd be like, hey,
Alright, I think we'll take a next question.
No, let's keep going in this line of questioning. We stick with this.
Okay.
Rocco, how's the finger? No, real quick, the party scene in the first one where the cat gets it. That seemed like such an organic kind of, you know, like you guys were really having a good time. Was there some real partying going on there? And if not, have you guys ever kind of let your hair down together, kind of have a real life version?
We're all professionals. I mean, when they called rap, we'd go home to our requisite hotel room. We'd get a good night's sleep, and we'd wake up and we'd really perform. And obviously we'd make phone calls and we'd discuss the subtext.
Backstory.
Because at the end of the day, we're thespians. Fucking of course.
Was that scene itself, like, you guys really partying for that?
We had meetings at the Brass Rail.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
It's a dealer bar in Toronto. The only people that gave it a what are like two chicks.
We know Brass Rail. But that scene, it seemed like it was improvised, a lot of it. Maybe that's kind of what you were saying. Was it, or did Troy like insist you? The party scene around the table before.
The thing, you know, what we did is we had an air cannon for that scene that you're talking about. We blew up a cat. Oddly enough, some people come up and meet me. They're like, "Did you guys really kill a cat?" Yeah, we had 5 of them, and we ended up using the brown tabby. Shame, his name was Fluffless. But we had this air can, and we filled it with all kind of shit like spaghetti, and like, there was like cigarette butts, spaghetti, it was all kind of lewd shit, and it was and we tested it, me and Duffy. Were you there when we tested it?
No.
We were like, me and Duffy were out by the river, shooting shit into the river, because it was an air can. I mean, you turn dudes with an air can, you gotta launch shit away, right? So on the day, and it made a horrific noise, like an 8-gauge shotgun. So on the day, Rocco comes, he goes, is it gonna make a noise? I was like, no, Rocco. You're gonna have to really act like it's really loud. And I told Duffy and everything. So on the day, when he slams his head down and we go off, it's literally boom! And Rocco's like, God damn it! He was pissing himself. I swear to God. Am I making that shit up, Rocco? That shit is true. He was flipping out. So when you see us laughing, we're laughing not in character, we're laughing at fucking Rocco!
They told me this, and Troy goes, don't move. Once you do that, don't move. Blew me right off that fucking shit.
And that's the take that we actually used. When you see us laughing, we're laughing at Rocco. Because his reaction was 100% authentic. It scared the shit out of him. Who's next?
Okay, well, this question is for all 3 of you. Sorry, I'm shaking right now. But, you've all been in really amazing movies, and we all love you, obviously. But when did it really hit you that you guys wanted to be actors and it was what you wanted to do?
When I realized they paid you for doing shit you do free. That's what I want to do.
I don't know, I kind of got into it in a different way, but there's a first film I did called Floating, and in the movie my dad is in a wheelchair because of something that happens to him, but in real life my dad was in a wheelchair and he was dying, and right before we did a big emotional scene, he's like, how do you want to do this? And I'm like, well, what are my options? Because I've never been in a film. And he gave me a phone, and I called my real dad, had a little conversation, and he came back in, and I cried so much during the first take that all the snot came out of my nose, which I begged them to use, but they didn't use it. After that, it was kind of like, somebody said something to me on the crew, and I was like, oh, this shit's for real. And I think it made that moment.
Thank you. I love you guys.
Rocco, what about you?
No, go on next.
No, Rocco.
I'm trying to think.
All right, we'll get back to Rocky.